could just take your seats, the bar is open.
How you doing? Good to see you. Good. Good to see you, Member Carol. Thank you.
Okay, I have an important announcement that you'll enjoy. Some good news. After this, in about an hour,
I just
we're
been
going
sitting
to
over here one side.
conclude
You guys find you.
today's Canada Cruise portion, but the ship has lots of good things for you, including one of the highlights of the entire cruise. It's going to be the captain's welcome aboard party in Champagne Waterfalls. It's going to be deck 5, midship, kind of right below where the passenger information desk is. That's going to be at 7:15 to 8 o'clock. So most of you are at 8 o'clock dinner. So you can come at 7:15. By the way, there were lots of empty seats last night in our section. So if you, there was a couple of snafus about the seating arrangements, but if you would like to sit at 8 o'clock, even if you didn't come there yesterday, see me. I'll be there from about 5 minutes before 8 until, for most of the dinner. So just come see me and I will find a place for you in our section. If it is formal night, they usually have the best food on formal night, and it's just something definitely to do to meet the fans. Did anyone have any questions, by the way, about either the Canada Cruise activities or the ship's activities or anything else?
What is the name of the dining room where it's going to be tonight?
Well, we're at the Botticelli dining room at 8 o'clock. And our section is, as you walk in the dining room, actually, if I fell through the floor, I'd land at my table. It's toward the aft of the ship, and it is on the port side, our section. We have probably 25 tables, the Botticelli room. You'll see me, I'll be walking around at the usual spot. Any other questions about the ship's activities, or, yes? Okay, yeah, let me talk. I actually neglected to mention that when I went through the schedule this morning. I skipped over that. I don't know why, but I missed it. So, in Cabo, we're going to do something we've never done before. We've always done a photo op with Joe Kenda and Carl Marino. And just because there's so many of you and to keep the line moving, we do ask that it's one photo shot. I mean, sometimes we'll take 2 or 3, but it's one kind of pose, if you will, for each cabin. So you and your cabin mate would be between Joe and Carl. And then, but what we've never done before is we've never done this outside. We had some kind of backdrops that were paintings that looked pretty realistic, like they were outside, but they were not. We were indoors. So for the first time, we are going to have it outdoors, and I think that the elevator only goes up to 16. So you might have to walk up, you might have to go up to 16 and then take a flight of stairs. For those of you who are in wheelchairs and other mobility devices, there is kind of a handicapped lift, if you will. It's just right there. We'll get someone to operate it, or we might just ask Joe and Carl to come down to 16 for you. We'll just kind of play that there. Also, if it were to rain, if it's raining that day, we will do it on deck 16, because 16 has like an overhang where we could be underneath. but it'll be in that same area. So it'll either be on 17 or 16. We don't know if the ship, sometimes the ship goes nose in which case, no, I'm really turned around. Okay, that's the nose. Okay, sometimes it goes nose in which case, what we want to do is we want to get that iconic rock formation in Cabo behind you as a nice backdrop. So if that's the case, we will be, if we're on the nose in, facing the land, the rock formation will be over here, otherwise it'll be over there. So look for us. We don't know which way it's going to go in. They sometimes vary it depending on wind and sea conditions. But we actually do know, this is a little plug, by the way, for next year's cruise. We actually do know that in Canada, both ports of call, Halifax and St. John, we are going to be tied up on the starboard side. I love being tied up on the starboard side. And so what we've been doing is we are putting almost everyone on the starboard side. Now some people are calling us up and saying, we want to be port side so we can see land. It's like, well, you could be port side or you could see land. One or the other. If you're on port side on that particular itinerary, you'll see the harbor, which is fine because if you're not a landlubber like me, I like looking out on the water. But just FYI, we try to live up to our name, VIP Cruises, Tours and Events, so we're trying to treat you like VIP, doing extra research about what the most ideal situation. But here's another shameless plug. Other travel agents have the same idea, and they're booking up the starboard side first. So please call by November 15th. You'll get starboard side, you'll get the early bird discount, and you'll get the 5% repeat offenders discount. November 15th, the absolute deadline. But don't call me on the 15th. Call before a few days, because sometimes we end up playing phone tag. Also, my brother John can also help you, but the advantage of calling me, we're both under the company, we're not commissioned or anything like that, but if you call me, I'll have your paperwork, and I'll be able to, what I've been doing is I've been asking John to help the first time Kenda cruisers, because starting from scratch, but if you all talk to me, I'll have your file. We're still paper-based. We don't want to put your information on the internet because of all the hacking that's going on. We will never put any of your information on the internet. It's a paper-based. I'm looking at a piece of paper, and I'm copying your information down. I'm just verifying. I'll say, is this still your birthday? Things like that. No, mainly I'm asking, is this still your credit card? And is your t-shirt size bigger or smaller? So what we're going to do now, folks, our next speaker is going to actually